Hi, I'm Esha,
And I'm Gigi.
and we're here with Mrs. Lee, and this is season 4, episode 3 of STEM Talk. So, what first inspired you to pursue your career in civil engineering?
Um, I think my inspiration mainly comes from my dad. He works for a government agency. They manage many infrastructure projects, um, roads, highways, and buildings, water systems. So growing up, I always heard him talking about the project he was involved in. So that kind of bring me the interest of becoming a civil engineer myself.
What do you believe is the biggest misconception about civil engineering?
Um, the biggest misconception, I think, most people think civil engineers only build structures, but actually, civil engineering covers a wide range from environmental and evaluating environmental impact, also like ocean engineering and transportation, a lot of other things. And civil engineering also not only build stuff, also about solving problems to make this community function better and safer. I think that's most people doesn't know.
So it's like a huger spectrum of like
Yes,
all things. Okay.
correct. Yeah.
How would you explain your job to someone who's not in STEM?
Uh, yeah. So as I said, like civil engineering covers a lot of aspects. So my specialty is soils and foundations. So in other words, I'm a geotechnical engineer. So a geotechnical engineer, we look at the soil, and the rock and the groundwater conditions at a specific site, and we see how stable it is, so we can put the structures safely build a structure on it.
More of like infrastructure. What does sustainable infrastructure mean to you?
Sustainable. I think sustainable means to me is we design something or build something not only to meet the need of today. We need to consider the impact to future generations. We need to consider more sustainable material, or what is the impact to the environment, to the earth.
I feel like that's like really important, especially like with AI,
Yeah.
like all the water being used and just like companies just drilling into the earth. I feel like that part of your job is very important.
Yes, yes, and yeah, um, as a geotechnical engineer, it's very important to know what is underneath us, right? We need to do some explorations, um, and in the foundation, and we always have to make sure after the exploration we backfill properly and minimum the impact to the earth to like lowest stand. So.
How do you, as Gigi was mentioning earlier, how do you think AI is going to affect your job over time?
Yeah, I think AI is already started to help our design um, to quite a bit. I think it helps us to process a large amount of data um, quicker, and it avoid the human mistakes, and help us to make smarter data-driven decisions, um, and to reduce risk and make better design. I think.
So, how so earlier you were talking about how your job, how it inspired you
Yeah.
to like help the community.
Yeah.
So how exactly does being a civil engineer help the community?
In many aspects, civil engineering, so it ensures our design can make our community run in a safer way, sustainable way. Um, yeah, and we have limited resources in this earth, right? We have to know how our design could use these limited resources and make our life better and more convenient, while still uh, maintain the right resources for the future generations, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part of your job?
My favorite part of the job is to see the project I designed is actually put in, being built,
Mm-hmm.
and how it was used by people every day, and making people's life more convenient. I guess that's really cool
I
and really
imagine that
inspires me.
like being really exciting.
Yes.
Seeing you make such a huge impact on
Y-
communities around you.
Yes, that's
So,
that's
adding on to that, what was your favorite project?
my favorite project so far. I worked on a project in upstate New York. It was a transmission line project. Brings clean power, like water power and wind power, generated from in Canada, East Canada. Bring the power from there to New York City. So that's all the clean power, and will supply the need of New York City power supplies at like 30%. So that's really cool. That I like that project, and I have been on site several times, and it will be put in use next year. I'm very excited.
So, what's some advice you have for people who want to go into civil engineering? Or something that you wish you knew before you got into civil engineering?
Yeah, I think first, I think you need to be ask questions when like. As I said, the civil engineer covers a lot of ranges, right? From the road you're on every day, you're driving on every day, to the water systems, keep our community running, like where the wastewater is processed and everything. So I guess first just keep thinking about this, keep observing the world around you, how these things were built, and ask yourself questions, why and how these things are built that way. Um, uh, that's one. And then I think a strong background in STEM also is very, very helpful, like mathematics and physics. We need to have strong background on that. Also, communication and teamwork is also very important, because our engineers also work with architects, government agencies, and so a lot of like how to communicate your idea to the language that people understand is also very important. And I also think take advantage of those internships or some volunteering opportunities to explore the civil engineering field, because it could be transportation, it could be environmental, it could be ocean engineering that you may be more interested in. So I think expose yourself to some opportunities and to see what you're really interested in. Interest is very important.
Just like in your experience, like what have you like gone through to get to where you are today, like civil engineering? Like what infatuated you with like STEM?
I've always been interested in STEM, like math, physics, not too much, but I like math. So I know I'm not like liberal art, like arts subjects. I'm not really good in, so that's why I think I choose the engineering. I don't know if that answers your
That's a
question.
great
Yeah.
answer.
So.
What's a problem you faced, like in civil engineering, and what's one way you solved it?
Problem in civil engineering. So it's problems every day. So yeah, I've seen some people put a poster on his office one time. I find it's really interesting, but it's so true. Like, you think everything is going up every day, but actually it's keep going back and forth, back and forth. It's more like problem solving every day. So it's not everything is not like going as you expected. It's always have some problems you have to face, especially in construction industry. Like like what you designed for, maybe in the field there is some problem and there is some other structure right next to it. You can't build exactly like what you designed for. You have to figure out some other ways to avoid that structure and figure out another option to make it work. So yeah, I don't know. I have a specific example, but I feel like I'm solving problem every day. So
what do you think your field is going to look like from like 10 to 20 years from now, especially like with the use of AI? Like, how will that affect your job?
I think AI and machine learning is gonna bring a lot to civil engineering field. It's gonna be, I think, in 10, 20 years, civil engineering is gonna be more innovative and be more advanced, like modeling with AI techniques to predict, for example, like response and earthquake structure, response and earthquakes, or the maintenance needs of the structures. So based on the monitoring data from past, so AI could help us to better predict these things in the future. It will help us a lot, and also innovatively, I think it will help us to bring more sustainable materials into the construction industry. So I think it will be a big change over the next decades.
I imagine like you already see a lot of that change now, especially since it's progressing so much.
Yeah. Since the start of AI, I think our company has been encouraging of us to use AI tools to be incorporated in our daily design. So that really helps a lot, and it has been a big change since compared to the design approach in the last years.